welcome to this week's episode of The Square. We have Tai and Allison with us, who are interns from this last year's internship class. And the cool thing is, last year was the first year that we did an all-digital internship. And this year was the first year we did kind of a hybrid model. So we had some interns like you, Allison, that were here in the office. And Tai, we had some interns that did a remote internship. And they were pretty different experiences kind of across the board. But before we jump into that, give me a little bit of background. Allison, let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about why you're in design and kind of what some of your goals are.
Well, I decided to change careers, so that's one reason I'm in design. I just really like it a lot. I've always been into art, but I also have kind of a math sided brain, I guess you could say. So combining the two, I feel like is kind of a happy medium for a career, and I've really liked it a lot. Even with school, I don't know, it seems like a good fit for me.
Awesome. Tai, how about you?
I have a similar background, actually. I started off in international relationships, and then when I moved to the United States, I picked architecture just because I could do it, and it sounded like a lot of fun, also combining art and sciences. So I've been enjoying that a lot ever since.
So Allison, and Tai, tell me a little bit about where you go to school. And Tai, I'd love to know where you are right now as well. So Allison, you go first.
So I'm at Florida State University right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You are a Seminole.
I am.
I'm a diehard Gator fan. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
What's it like having a subpar football team? I
don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Tai, how about you?
I go to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and I'm currently home here in Lafayette. I did my bachelor's here, and I'm finishing up with my master's.
That's awesome. So, Allison, tell me a little bit about what your day-to-day was like, or is, because your internship actually goes through the middle of August. Is that right?
Yep, it's through the middle of August. It's different every day. Partially, that's my self-sabotage. No, not really. But I'm trying to learn as much as I can while I'm here, because that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So just kind of not just interiors, but, branded environments or the furniture team, just trying to do little things for each department, I guess you could call it, is what I'm trying to do. So different projects every day. It might be a test fit one day and something on the furniture team, pulling textiles or whatever. It's a little bit of everything, really.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a little bit of a taste across the board.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tai,
how about you? What was your day-to-day like? It's obviously probably a little bit different.
Yes, most definitely. We had 2 parts to the internship. First part was doing the Hugo design sprint, and it was a lot of staying on the call with the team, a lot of communication. So I was in front of my computer all the time, bouncing ideas back and forth with my teammates. And then when we moved on to the sector part, it was more of self-governed, and I would usually just complete my work and wake up early in the morning, make my coffee, and then get on the phone with my supervisors, send out the reports of what I did during the day and things like that. So I got a little bit of everything.
So one of the unique elements of the digital internship, Tai, was the vlog. And because I was helping with some of y'all on the vlog, I got to watch a few of those. They weren't necessarily open to the whole firm. But yours really stood out. We're going to play a quick clip from it. Go ahead, Luke.
Hello guys, and welcome to my vlog number 3, which means that we made it halfway through. I decided that we're just gonna sit down and talk about Hugo project and what's been up during this week. It's been a really productive week, and I'm really proud of my team to have accomplished so much with the project. It's been really great.
So I love the fun that you had with the vlog, and I'm just curious, is that something that you had done before? What were your thoughts kind of on that process being part of the digital internship?
That was really fun, and I have some experience with editing videos, and I really wanted to have fun with it, like I said, and do it not just for me and not just talk on camera for 5 minutes, but also make it interesting for other people who might watch it. So I wanted to engage other people too, and like show some snippets about my daily life and things like that.
Yeah, the fun part of it definitely came through. What was it like watching the vlog entries of the rest of the interns that were part of the digital internship?
That was really great. It broke some of the ice between us, and I follow a lot of the interns on Instagram, and we communicate, we text sometimes with some of them. I have even some long-term friends from last year, and it's really interesting to see people, how they speak, what kind of body language they have, because there's only so much you can get from the call. So that was really good and insightful.
That's awesome. Allison, one of the biggest reasons that you would do an internship is to kind of get that practical, on the job kind of training and figure out what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. You mentioned that you kind of got to sample a lot of different things. What were some of the things that you were drawn to, and some of the things you found you just didn't like as much?
That's a tough question. There's a lot I like. I'm still trying to figure out what I don't like. I guess that's the whole point of the internship. Yeah. I was really drawn to branded environments. It just something that intrigued me. Yeah. I'm just now experiencing that, so I can't say if I'm going to like it or not yet, but I feel like I would be a good fit for it. But it is nice to just kind of try everything to see what you like, or maybe what you excel at that you had no idea about, and just to experience everyday life as a designer, because it is so different than being in school. Yeah,
for sure. What role, Allison, let's start with you. What role do you think the internship will play in your journey to be a designer?
Ooh, well, I think it definitely will help me prepare for work one day. And just learning a lot, because, again, school is more textbook. Mm-hmm. I feel like our school prepared us well for the internship I'm in now, but there's so much more to learn. And I think that does prepare you. So
that's awesome. Tai, how about you?
Yeah, for me, it also seems like a middle stage between being in school and being a professional. And it might sound silly, but I would like to compare it to a Pokemon evolution. You know how you have the baby Pokemon and then the final stage, an internship. Yeah. It puts you kind of in the middle, where you're still learning, you're getting some skills, and but you also have a chance to show some of those abilities that you have acquired prior in the school. And it's really interesting when you're learning a lot, and there's some room for mistakes, there's some room for new things, and just try it out, what you want to do before you pick your final career path. So I think it can be overlooked at, but it's one of the most important steps in the career path.
What were some things that you found that you liked and didn't like about the digital internship?
Of course, I missed being around people because I like to work with others and stay on the call. And well, right now it's staying on the call, but prior to that it was just being in the same room and having that experience of working together, eating together, sharing some personal things. That's the only thing I kind of miss out, but I appreciate the flexibility, on the other hand, being able to meet people, and it transcends the boundaries between states. We have people from different cultures, from different places, and we got to meet them all, and that's really amazing. That now I have friends in New York, I have friends in South Carolina, everywhere around the states. I haven't even met them, but I know we're friends and it's gonna last.
That's awesome. Now, were you on the education team? Is that right, Tai?
Yes, I was.
Did you get an opportunity to kind of interact with any of the other sectors?
Aside from the presentations, not really. I only met the interns from other sectors, but when I worked within the education, it was mostly like meeting people in that studio, and that's it.
So tell me a little bit about, because that was a unique, the Hugo design sprint was a unique element for the digital internship. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Hugo design sprint, it's almost like an architecture camp on steroids, where we had to do a lot within a very short period of time and become a team with people that we've never met before. And that was really nice and it was intense, but it was very rewarding. Like, I could not believe every single time I look at the team and look at the project, like, wow, we've done so much within 2 weeks. It's a whole project. And then these people are amazing. They're so inspiring, like all of the interns with their ideas and the drive that they have. It's truly awesome.
Allison, I think the kind of stereotype for a traditional internship could be, somebody that goes and gets coffee and, is basically just doing a lot of grunt work. Was that your experience, or did you feel like you had the opportunity to kind of give an opinion and give some feedback?
I do. I feel like I've been able to give feedback, provide opinions. I haven't gotten anyone coffee, so I've gotten myself coffee. But yeah, it's been kind of like I'm just an employee. And it's been nice because it's been so realistic to see what it would be like.
Were there parts, you mentioned the branded environments team, so that's Paige's team. Mm-hmm. Were there specific projects that you worked on that kind of stood out in your mind?
Honestly, not in particular. It was just speaking to Paige Terrell, actually, mm-hmm. and she explained to me, because I was asking her a lot of questions,
yeah.
And she kind of told me how, they come up with things that they have to build for an office space that are really unique, and they have to figure out how do you build them and how do they work and how do you store the pieces and how do people move things around.
Sure.
And I'm like, that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So I'm excited to see how it will work out and if I actually do like it.
Yeah, they do. They just finished doing some work at the Keurig Dr. Pepper headquarters, and they do some really cool stuff. It's fun to watch them. So what are next steps for you, Allison?
Well, I have a year of school left, so finish that, and get a job after. I don't really have many things tying me down in Florida, so I'm kind of ready for a change.
There you go. Tai, how about you?
Yeah, I am graduating in December with my master's in architecture, so I'm mentally getting ready for that in the next season of my life. And I want to enjoy the school, my last semester, as much as I can while I'm still here.
Is there at all any kind of senioritis, trying to get through that last semester? I'm glad that you're trying to enjoy it as much as you can, but kind of getting excited about what the next steps are in your career?
I think I had senioritis last semester. This final semester is going to be working on my master's project, and it's something that I researched a lot and I prepared for that. So I have the anticipation, I want to get it done and enjoy it really, because it's the last cool personal project probably that I get to do and for a while.
Awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing for your master's project?
I've been researching the problem of light pollution. I appreciate the stars and stargazing, and I'm a big advocate for a healthy circadian rhythm because I know it has a lot of health impacts. And the project is going to create an urban development, like an urban block that would promote that kind of lifestyle and preserving the natural darkness, and motivating people to live according to the law of day and night. So I'll be working on that.
Love that. That's interesting. What would you tell someone, hopefully there's prospective interns that are viewing this video. What would you tell them, Tai, about the digital internship and somebody who might be thinking about doing it?
I'd say go for it. It's an awesome opportunity. It's really flexible and it fits well with any kind of schedule lifestyle that you have, and it's good way to just test it out for yourself, the rhythm of the firm, but also get some experience. And you do learn a lot, although it's remote. It was just so much pushing myself towards like new beginnings and new skills and meeting people. It's really valuable, and if you could do a remote internship, like 10 out of 10 recommend.
Allison, how about you?
So I feel if you can do it in person, just do it.
Yeah.
Not that virtual is bad, but in my opinion, just having those connections in person with people are so important.
Sure.
And being in person is a lot different.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people could probably agree with that. It's nice that they're able to do the virtual internship, of course.
For sure.
Especially for people who don't live in Texas and aren't extreme like me that moved here in 3 days. But yeah, it's nice to be in person if you can. I guess my advice would be, if you feel scared or you want to say no because it's comfortable, say yes and just do it.
So, Tai, I know that you interned last year. How is this year different?
Well, this year's internship program is 2 weeks longer. It's 6 weeks compared to 4. And I guess it's more organized, because I know last year with the rapid response to pandemic, like everybody had to be very agile and, change the lifestyle a little bit, kind of tweak things around. And so this year we were ready for the remote format, and there are less interns this year, at least for the remote part, which I think was better because I made stronger connections with them. And it was just more balanced with the Hugo part and the studio part. So we did those 2 projects in 2 different time frames. So it was a few weeks for that, and I like that a lot, just to have some room to breathe between the 2.
A little bit more time to kind of digest what you're doing.
Right.
Allison, how about you?
I don't really know what I was expecting. I was supposed to be virtual, and then it switched in person with only a few days' notice. So I was kind of expecting to have the experience that she did. I guess what surprised me is that it's more hands-on than I realized, which is great. I didn't think I'd have my hands in so many projects, so that's been really nice.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about what led to the decision to switch from digital to in-person.
Well, I think it was a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. It was, so I had to speak to an employee about something for school. It was an interview, and I ended up speaking with Dawn. And I guess we had just gotten into a good conversation, and she was like,
that happens with Dawn.
yeah, it did. And I think she noticed that I wanted to be in person. She could tell, and I didn't intentionally ask or anything, but I guess they noticed that. And next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call. I'm coming home from the beach, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come to Corgan in person?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Awesome. All right, Tai, I don't want to put you on the spot, but was there somebody that was, part of Corgan during your internship that kind of stood out to you as somebody that, helped or kind of inspired you along the way?
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to Sam and Tanya from the Hugo sector. I love that they're very hardworking, dedicated women, and they have that passion within. So there's a lot of, that inner beauty, a lot of elegance about how they do things, but they're also they're so determined, they get things done, and they love what they do, and they give such great advice. So that inspires me to grow. So when I grow up, I want to be like them.
When I grow up, I want to be like Sam. That woman just she is incredible. Allison, how about you?
That's honestly a tough question for me to answer. There's been so many people at Corgan that have inspired me and have just had that Southern hospitality that Texas offers. I was really just surprised when I got here, refreshingly surprised. Gosh, that's a tough question. I know that I've met with a lot of managers to pick people's brains and try to learn more, but I guess Jill Vessels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've learned a lot from her. Jasmine, she's on the furniture team. I've learned a lot from her, and Dawn too. Yeah.
Jill's another one of those people that just has like this energy that just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
She has, I don't know where she gets it all from. It's incredible what they can get done. Well, thank you guys both so much for being here, for talking with us. I'm hopeful that we get to see you again further down the road as Corganites, and good luck to all that you're going to be doing in the next coming years. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Square. Make sure to check out our next episode. And, if you've got a long road trip ahead of yourself, just look in the description. We've got all of the Square episodes on audio podcast, and it'll make the time fly by, I promise. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.